Sports fans love to see excellence. We like to see greatness, but we also like to see the newest thing. An athlete that approaches his or her sport differently, just physically different. Enter Duke basketball player Zion Williamson. Listed at 6'7", 285, Williamson moves in a way that doesn't make sense for a guy that big. As ESPN's Jay Bilas said, he has the feet of a dancer. Williamson made his debut last night in Duke's blowout win over Kentucky. We knew about his dunking ability from the YouTube videos. I wanted to see his all-around game. I saw his all-around game last night. And it wasn't like you're taking on Elon or Wofford. You were taking on Kentucky. He can run the floor. He can shoot. He can pass. He had 28 points, 11 of 13 from the floor. But the strange thing is he might not be the best freshman on his own team. R.J. Barrett, who likes to shoot, scored 33 for Duke. But Williamson's combination of size and speed and skill is something we haven't seen. So college basketball, at least with Duke, is must-see TV. Cam Reddish is also very good as well. He only had 22 last night. And I was wondering, if you look at previous NBA drafts, we've had players from the same team drafted in the top 5. A couple, it's happened a few times there. But in the same draft. And I was wondering about this, that you look back on Magic Johnson and Greg Kelser. They went number 1 and number 4. North Carolina had Michael Jordan and Sam Perkins. They went 3 and 4 in the 84 draft. Jerry Stackhouse and Rasheed Wallace in 1995 from North Carolina. Antoine Jameson, Vince Carter, 4 and 5 in the 1998 draft. Duke's done it a few times here. UCLA, Russell Westbrook and Kevin Love went 4 and 5. We haven't had 3 go in the top 5. But if I'm looking at the mock drafts right now, of course, after one game, you got Reddish, Barrett, and Zion Williamson. 1, 2, 3. Now, the interesting part, there are teams that picked a great year to be bad. Because if you're the Cleveland Cavaliers and Kevin Love is out for, another 5 weeks, I say to Kevin Love, wait, you just slow. You might want to stay out a little bit longer, Kev. Spend some time with the family, even if it's not your family, even if you don't have a family. Spend some time with the family. Because if you're looking at the possibilities here of Zion Williamson or R.J. Barrett, you can change your fortunes. The Knicks are 3 and 8. That's where you say to Porzingis, hey, big man, I don't know. Walking. It looks like you're walking with a limp there. Maybe you need to go back home. Go visit the homeland. Come back maybe in February. If you're the Phoenix Suns, Cavaliers, you're one of those teams, you're bottom feeders. That's where you say, we're not tanking, Commissioner. No, of course not. We're putting the best product we can out there. Because if you got a chance at one of these 2 guys, you're changing your team. And you saw that last night. As I said, it wasn't a debut. That's an experience. I think you're going to remember that you were watching that. And, that in a couple of years, you might not have that chance with college basketball because they're going to get rid of the one and done at some point. And it might be 2020, but you wouldn't have that experience last night. They would go right to the pros. All 3 of those players would be in the pros. Duke is starting 4 freshmen. Now, we know what can happen with 4 freshmen. We've seen that before. Kentucky's famous for it. As great as John Calipari is at recruiting, he's got 1 national title to show for all of that talent that's passed through there. And as he loves to point out on this program and any other program, hey, my guys have made over $1 billion. True, but Kentucky's underachieved. Duke's got to win. Like now when you watch them, so the pressure is there no matter what with Coach K and Duke. Now it's a show. Now, they only won by 4. Hey, what's wrong? You guys only won by 8. You're going to get this. You're going to get the star treatment. Welcome to the world of Alabama football and Golden State basketball. That's where Duke is now entered into. Because now we're going to look at the result. We already know the end result. You're winning a national title. Now, what kind of carnage are you going to spread throughout college basketball? If I gave you Duke or the field, who would you take?
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.